read that and go, this makes the flat earthers look a hell of a lot more serious about what they're doing.
He wants the link to what popular mechanics. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just came out, too. It's only 13 hours old.
Oh, that's good. Get it when it's fresh.
Yeah. I can't believe they put that crap out there. Popular mechanics. They're usually better than that. And then there were microbes unknown to science discovered on the International Space Station. They're usually better than that. Or did they create?
I just can't get over, like, if you were spinning a ball that, or really fast or whatever, things are going to start being attracted to it. It's just like, what?
Yeah, spin anything. Spin anything. And show me
anything fast.
Attracted to it. I mean, when a gyroscope is spinning, it repulses a magnet. The magnet will attract it a little bit when it's not spinning, but you spin up that thing and you put a magnet by it and it pushes it away. It doesn't want to be near it. I think that has to do with Lenz's law and the actual materials being used, but still, it's just...
It's counterintuitive, that's all.
So there's 4 strains of bacteria living in different places in the ISS, 3 of which were, until now, completely unknown to science. It was found on an overhead panel on that. Okay, so this is a highlight. This is one of the things that they've grown and whatnot. This was on accident. It was found on an overhead panel of the ISS research station. The second was found on the cupola, and the third was found on the surface of the dining table. Oh, these people are fucking filthy.
There's not even sandwiches around.
How are you creating new bacteria and stuff in space? That's the Earth. I could see it on Earth. You have all this stuff here that's alive and living. You're on a submarine up there. You have your own little environment. Do they not clean anything?
Yeah, well, what bloody thing was going to live out in the middle of space, too? What bacteria is out in space?
Well, the fourth was found under a HEPA filter. I can understand that, yeah, on the filter. But on the surface of the dining table, you're finding new strains? Man, space is dangerous.
They are struggling, aren't they? If this is in a science magazine, holy moly.
Bob has asked for a link for that, I guess, there in chat. Zach, please share that with us and drop it in our pile if it's not there already as well. That needs to be kept for the future, for sure. So I see some folks have found us again over there where I've gone back to streaming live, apparently with just myself. Hi. On the YouTubes, which I just now figured out how to get going by having to completely uninstall something from my computer. So yeah, it's been a fun morning. I see folks, half of you are there, half of you are somewhere else, some are on TFR. I appreciate you guys. You have no clue. Thank you for hanging out with us. That's why we get this thing working. I'm really confused because on one screen I see my camera is muted. Turned off. On another screen I see it's turned on. I really have no clue what's going on with that, but I'm just going to go with the fact that you guys are seeing me and saying hey to all of you there. I see you, sort of. Bornick and Michael Kilpatrick, Brian Gasca, Ben Flat, all trying to get to us over on YouTube. Here any second now, we're going to hit the break music. Sorry, I don't have all the fun bells and whistles. I'll see if I can find a little kazoo or something laying around my room here. But we've made it through this first half, stumbling and staggering to the commercial. But we're there, and you're here, and we're everywhere. So just hang out. When you get back, there's no telling. It could be a completely different screen, or I might not even be live anymore. But we're here on TFR. If you look for us, love you guys. We're right here. Zach, Lucas, Walt, TFR, Ironworks.
There he is.
The reviews for extended life are amazing. Here are some from Amazon.
Oh my God!
Great for heart palpitations. Diane, before I started using this product, every afternoon my ankles and my hands would be swollen. That doesn't happen anymore. So if that part of their advertising is true, I have to assume that the rest of it is also. Not to mention that when I had my yearly blood test, only a few weeks after beginning to use this product, my cholesterol had dropped over 30 points. I'm going to continue to take it. By Crop. I love this product. It really works. By Brad. Works great. Tell us your share. Get your extended bite today. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit heartdrop.com. So, you love talk radio, then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free app on Google Play or the iTunes App Store. If you have hard water, the line scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
For 5,000 years, the world was ruled with wooden ships by one man. 242 years ago, a small group of free men crafted a new nation built on liberty and freedom. Global elites have been fighting to destroy this new nation called America ever since. Based on actual events, Charm of Favor tells a true story of how they corrupted the election system. They infiltrated federal agencies and murdered witnesses, judges, and even presidents to keep from being caught. Now, the largest and wealthiest crime syndicate the world has ever known has been drawn out of the shadows. They have killed hundreds of Americans and recently attempted to assassinate half our congressmen. Still, they escape arrest through an almost supernatural charm of favor. Read Charm of Favor. Be prepared to open your eyes to what may lie just around the corner. Charm of Favor is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
We are TFR.
My faith in destiny is all I need to prevail.
True Frequency Radio.
And welcome to the island.
Time traveling. My brain's broken. How does he do it? How does he do it? Is he not even moving his lips? Sounded just like Josh, huh? I'm practicing. What's up, dude?
Apparently, 18% was not enough on my phone.
No.
Surely should have been.
Yeah.
Closed all the apps. I don't need to plug it in. 18% is definitely enough to get me through.
No. I've learned these new phones. If you don't have 20, you better plug it in.
Here,
Yeah.
The midnight train. Yeah.
Oh. So how are you? Good morning.
I'm still
Oh, yeah. I understand. I do understand. You know, we fixed things and I was ready to go next time this happened, and then I get to the page and things are red and switched off. We'll talk about it more off the air, but definitely things didn't go as planned. And then it's just, you know, where some of us are here and some of us are there, and some of us are everywhere. But definitely, it's good to hear your voice, my buddy, for sure.
A Beatles song?
Maybe if not, we just wrote one. We just wrote one.
Here, there, and everywhere.
Dr. Seuss, I think. No, I'm just, uh-oh, look at us taking off the hair right there.
That's one of the lame songs after How Bad. Oh, I love talking to Beatles people about that. Some get so upset when you start saying stuff like that.
Yeah, then tell them Ringo didn't play on any of the albums. They'll really go, no, he did. He was the funny one. Anyway. No, he wasn't.
Well, they got a session muso in for that, did they?
Yeah, there was a gentleman, I used to know his name, Purdue was his last name, I'm pretty sure. And he swears he played on every session that Ringo never
I
played.
would be surprised how many session musos come in to play for big band parts in the recording studio.
Oh, it's brain breaking the level that it goes on, especially some of the classic bands that have been around a long time.
Like Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones. These people are all studio bands. The Beatles. I've seen the Stones live.
Not so much.
I've seen Page and Plant live. You know, there's very few bands that sound really good live. And a lot of it, I mean, Pearl Jam sounded great live, but they had like 90 people working for them doing their sound and stuff like that. You know, I mean, so many of these, I don't like picking on British bands, but a lot of these rock bands from Britain, The Who is the only band I've seen put on a good live concert. You know, of these older British rock bands. Same thing with a lot of the American bands as well. It's just they're studio bands. They sound great in studio, probably because they're not the ones actually playing the instruments. They got the look, and you know, they sold their soul, but on stage, they don't sound anything like the album.
sorry, Walt, that's me.
I thought I had done something and I didn't. So like, whoa, now what's it doing to me? Well, to me, it's more the idea of the band. Not that they're not able to handle live stuff, which yet unfortunately happens too often, but when the actual musicians who are listed on the cover as members of the band didn't play on the fucking songs. Kiss, growing up being a Kiss fan, you know, I was Perfect Age, comic books, flaming guitars, spitting blood. I mean, come on, I was 8. So yeah, Kiss. Oh yeah, loved them. Grew up, got into guitar because of Ace Frehley's guitar playing. Now, truly, it was because his guitar flew and smoked and blew up, and he was cool. Not the greatest guitar player ever, but there was this persona built around him being one of the best guitar players ever. He didn't play on over half of the solos that you've heard over the years for Kiss. And if you were a guitar player growing up with Kiss, as that happened, there would be a new album come out, and there would be a great song on it, and it would come time for the solo break, and it would be like, oh my God, did Frehley take lessons? This is amazing. He's gotten so much better. And then in the guitar magazines, you'd find out that it was like Bruce Kulick or Bob Kulick or one of the guys that took over, the tech guy that's pretending to be Ace now. I don't remember his name. But anyway, so that idea that over the years, some of the best solos you put to your best favorite guitar player wasn't even him. It was a studio guy. So that happens all too often. Way too often.
Same thing with the songs that we hear. Every song you hear on the show, I bet over 90% had no influence by the actual band writing the song. We were talking about this last night with this. Yeah. Give them some words, give the band the music. And half the time, when a band writes a song, it is changed so dramatically from its original version to the version that you hear on the radio. From the music to the tempo to the instruments being played. I mean, you know how many songs were written on a piano or an acoustic guitar and then transformed into a rap song or, you know, some other type of song?
Yeah, the producer will sometimes change the whole layout of the song. Not just, yeah. You know, there's things now that, you know, you can do that are pretty amazing with the sort of onboard studios in the computers. There's one, I've seen one guy basically played a guitar riff and then put it into the computer, and it wasn't quite right, so the computer basically fixed it up for him. He knew how to fix it a bit, cut it, get it perfectly how he wanted to, and then played from the computer through an amp and recorded that. So he basically he fixed his own sort of guitar and then got the amp to play it for him. So the next one was, you know, perfect. So there's just so many little tricks that they do now. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys who did the recording back in the day, do you know how hard it is to play a song perfectly through that's 4 minutes long? The kind of guitar.
I do indeed.
Like when I did Little Boxes, that's only 2.5 minutes, and I messed up so many flipping times. But I don't know. If you just put it out there, it doesn't, you know, most people don't hear your mistakes like you do. When you're playing, you can make a mistake, and once you get kind of, you know, in the flow of music, you don't stop. You just keep going. So you learn to correct your mistakes as you make them. And a lot of people won't hear it. You know, they're like, man, that was great. It's like, no, dude, I messed up there and there and there and there. But when you do it, it seems like it takes forever. Like, you'll hear that wrong, just that one wrong chord, or that just twang a little wrong. And it seems like it's 5 seconds in your brain. But then you go back and listen to it on, you know, the recording, and you paused for maybe half a second. But while you're playing, it seems like it's forever. It's that whole time dilation thing. Like when you're about to hit a deer or something, and your oh shit face gets thrown onto you, and you know everything, your butthole tightens up, and everything goes into slow motion for you. You know, you could see, you could draw that deer perfectly after that. You saw every hair on that deer. You saw, you know, everything. The little piece of whatever that was stuck in its fur. You can see everything in that quick instant. It's like your senses have become super heightened. It's that reflex that we have. God, I'd love to be able to just turn that on whenever I wanted.
Go slow-mo, like Flash.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, as far as that seeking...
now with music anyway, so I basically play the riff 1,000 times and go, yeah, I nailed it right there, that singular riff, and then I'll chop it up and repeat it, and there you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Back in the day, I don't know how they did it so well.
Hard. It was hard as hell. They would have to cut tape apart and tape it back together and try to plug in while a live tape is playing and fill it. And yeah, it was a whole different world back before computer editing became a thing in music. And that also speaks to some of what you've heard all your life being not perfect. I mean, I heard somebody on YouTube the other day had taken Steve Perry's vocals and auto-tuned them. and it sounded like shite, man. It was horrible because, you know, a real human voice isn't perfect. So when you speaking of imperfect human voices, I was going to change spots with you at the break, sir. So, but if you think we can do it live, oh no, because the echo's throwing me off. Bad. Today, we're joined, but definitely, oh yeah, this is, I'm about to shut up.
No, I can bounce it out, and then you let you do it. You just switch it to screen. I was just going to come in on the link.
Well, I can just drop out. It's completely up to you, sir. I'm right here. I won't move. I will not move. We have to be approaching and break. No, it's not quite here yet.
Thunder rolling. You know, this might be the first time I've heard thunder. No, maybe one other time since we've been in this house.
Cool.
See, where I'm from, thunderstorms were a normal thing. It's like, you know, you get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these a year up in Indiana or by Lake Michigan there. Well, I mean, we can hear 6 months, 7 months, and on 8. This is like the second time I've heard thunder. I think we heard more thunder out in Colorado. Sunniest state in the country.
You usually get all that through the winter, though, or just in the springtime. When
It's
do you get all the
usually
thunderstorms?
spring through summer, and then maybe a couple in the fall.
Okay.
I remember one time it was snowing and we had thunder. That was so weird.
Snow thunder. Don't know that.
It doesn't happen very often. I think it's happened twice in the 40 years I was living up there, right by Chicago.
It's thunder.
And thunder from down under.
And Lucas gets his first nickname on the show, the Snunder from Down Under. We have got you now, sir. We've got you now. I'm typing it in.
You snow down there, do you, Lucas?
Oh, not where I am. No, but we get it in the snowy mountains. Yeah. Yeah, it snows in different places, and yeah, mainly on the mountains and stuff, but no, not where I am. We'll get down to, say, maybe a -2, -3 degrees Celsius. So I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it's like 25.
Yeah, that's about as low as we go.
Yeah, that ain't bad at all. So it's possible to maybe have a little bit of snow in the morning sometime when you get up, but it's always gone. Does that ever happen?
No, never.
Wow.
Never had snow.
Have you ever seen snow? Like, ever?
Yeah. Well, I grew up on the south
Not on
coast,
the mountain.
not where I am.
So the southern regions get more snow than you do?
Say again?
I said, so the southern regions there get more snow than where you're currently living?
Well, I am sort of at the southern region, not too far away from the south coast.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta go up to the mountains.
I was trying to say, how reversed it is out on that outer edge there, how it's, different than here.
Yeah, so I would say, like, I used to live near the south coast of New South Wales, and so we had the beach, 45 minutes away, and then you drive a couple of hours 2.5 hours and drive up to the mountains. And yeah, you could go, to your ski slopes and snowboarding and all that sort of stuff. Which we did when we lived in winter. So it's good fun.
Yeah, we would just walk down the street to the hill, go snowboarding and sledding, and none of them were big enough to go skiing. But yeah, we grew up in a totally different world. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, here in the U.S., I grew up in a totally different world than what. Me and Josh are kind of in, the same roundabout. Snow every year. You just get used to it.
Mm-mm. No, you don't if you don't live there.
It's not like snow and then it goes away a couple days later. It's like snow for months.
No, you've got snow and it's there, right? See, that's just a life I can't even conceive of having. For us growing up, it was always a special occasion. Even when I lived in Shreveport, which got snow pretty much yearly, still a special thing. It wasn't a day in, day out thing. And when it hit, if it was enough to cause issues as far as traffic and all that, then they did have, some preparations because they're so far north compared to down here. So, it was interesting because you definitely had some winters that it was a little crazier than others. I remember one winter my mom got they made her stay at the hospital. She was a respiratory therapist and they made her stay there so that if things happened, she could be there and not have to worry about not being able to get to the hospital in an emergency for them. So she just slept there and we were at home and the heater, the ice dripping into the heater outside, the air unit, whatever outside, froze the heater up and it's like below freezing and we're outside trying to chip it off. It was just some crazy times. And that's nothing compared to what you guys exist in on a yearly basis. And once the snow hits, it's there and you just are part of it. And I can't imagine that. My body just would break.
It's funny when it snows down here, even if it just gets near freezing, nobody gets out on the road. I own the road when it starts getting near freezing temperatures. People down south are just not used to it. It doesn't happen as often. Up north, you're not going anywhere all winter if you're not driving in the snow. It's just part of life. You have to do it. And there is no shutting down. I mean, I'll change that. Okay, back in the 90s when there weren't so many snowflakes around, they didn't shut anything down. I remember going to school when it was 35 degrees out and the furnaces broke down in school. They told me, just put your jacket on, you'll be fine. I called my mom, I was like, hey, you need to come get me, this is ridiculous. And yeah, she had a fit. A bunch of parents had fits. But yeah, they never shut anything down. Nothing in the wintertime. Because they knew at school if you shut it down in the wintertime, you're going to have to make it up in the summertime when it's nice out. Fuck that. I don't want to be here when it's nice out. So yeah, you get used to it. It's just, I don't know how they do it. See, when you're down south, I don't know how those people up in Indiana do it. And I'm looking at people up in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
It's 6 months of the year in some of those upper Canadian townships and big cities and stuff.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
6
people
months
shouldn't live
of the
there.
year.
People aren't meant to live like that. What do you do for 6 months? Work that out over a lifetime. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of doing nothing.
Yeah, and there's summers
Just
couple
looking
months.
outside, wishing wishing there was grass, wishing there was streams and sun.
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
And I guess it's just all about, getting, that's where you were born and that's what you know.
Yeah, well, sometimes here in the summer years, wishing it would snow because it's so hard. Yeah, just go out. Yeah. It gets fierce.
I'm with Ben Flat in chat. I like my flip flops way too much to be living around all that snow. If I can't just kick off my flops and hit the bare ground at a moment's notice, then yeah, I couldn't handle it. Definitely.
Oh well, Wim Hof made the most of it, didn't he?
Well, yeah, if you're in that situation, I guess you kind of have to, wouldn't you?
He's like, fuck it, I'll go swimming anyway. Just like frozen lake. Just learn how to breathe.
Yeah, they do that in Chicago every year. In Lake Michigan, they have a polar bear club where they go to a small lagoon that's frozen over and cut the ice out, and everybody goes and jumps in their skivvies. Bunch of morons. Well, I'm sure it does something for you.
Mm-hmm.
It releases toxins or something, or there's got to be something. They say they feel great afterwards. I don't know.
Well, when I was in high school in Shreveport, there was a place called Watertown Water Park, and it would be open until late into September. And up there in Shreveport, it would start getting cold late in, early in parts of September. So on some evening, and we stayed there. That was our summertime. Me and all my cousins and friends from school and stuff, we would have the season pass and just pretty much stay from the time we could get there till they shut it down and ran us out of the place. Literally, get off the slide. We've got to close. So that was our summers. And as that would start happening, the cold would start coming in. One of the craziest things we would do is go to the little hot tub area where it would be, steam just billowing from the hot tub area. Get in there and warm your body up and then go jump into the cold ass fucking water. We didn't know what hypothermia was. We didn't know what a shock to your system could do to your body. We were just having a blast on that shock. And then you'd be super energized and want to go do it again. And it would just be this cycle of go and get hot, then go and get cold. And it would just that was our thing. I don't know. Maybe that's part of it, is what it does to your body's system. Just sets you into overdrive. Everything's trying to compensate for these extreme changes. And I don't know. It was pretty nuts. Pretty nuts.
I remember it was early March. My buddy's swimming pool still had ice in the center of it. But around the edges, there was no ice. So like idiots, we jumped in and swam underneath the ice to the other side. It felt like there were needles sticking in every pore of my body when I did that.
Ooh, that's rough.
Well, I didn't feel exhilarated. I wasn't excited. I wasn't happy when I was done. I just wanted to get back in the house and go for a ride in the dryer. Yeah, we used to do that a lot when we were young.
Ride in the dryer.
Yeah, you just get in there and brace yourself real good. I had the record with three revolutions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we never did it very long. It was always, close it, turn it on, open it.
Yeah.
We were done. Quite done. Some pillows in there. Yeah, we didn't do that too often. Once we got caught, actually, I think we only did it a couple times, and his mom, so what the hell is that noise? I mean, you hear a belt banging around in the dryer. Throw a young child in there and see what happens. Make some serious noise. Yeah, we threw his little brother in there, and he was 7, and he wasn't big enough to brace himself.
Can't be good on the bearings anyway.
Oh, no. Yeah, that ended pretty quick when we did that. That was over just about as quick as we started. And jumping through on the ramps we used to build. Stuff like that always got shut down pretty quick. And then the yelling afterwards scared us enough not to try it again. Are you insane? Are you trying to kill yourself?
No, just trying to be Evel Knievel. Well, we've almost made it through this first hour, staggering along. Thank you all for your patience. Hopefully during the break, Josh and I will do a little passing of the torch, and things will improve greatly as far as sound. And you hearing the other side of the conversation here on YouTube. If you're over here on TFR with us, you've been hearing it all along, and that's the secret now, isn't it? So we'll be right back, hopefully in a better situation than currently. Of course, that means the live stream on YouTube will stop and start up again, which will probably really confuse everyone later. But hey, it's Tuesday. I almost said Friday. Anyway, we'll be right back. Cross your fingers.
My name is Ella, and I'm 10 years old. I'm one of the millions of
How do I
people
stop it?
born to